Hello, everyone. It is Friday. Now, what can everyone be bad about that? Welcome to the Let's Talk Variety Show for July 14th, Friday. Usually our newsstand segment is deeper down on the show, but today we are shifting it to the top. It's the cover story on this week's People magazine, and there's a new book. It's called Jackie, Public-Private Secret, written by Ted Schwartz, exposing the life of Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, also known as Jackie Kennedy, who was the First Lady of the United States from 1961 to 1963. Now, the book delves into both her public and her private life, shedding light on her iconic fashion sense, her role as a mother, and her experiences in the White House. It also examines the media's portrayal of Jackie Kennedy and how she navigated the challenges of being in the public eye. Overall, it offers a comprehensive look at the life of this enigmatic figure in American history. In my lifetime, there was no other family that drew so much attention. They were like the Rockefellers and the Roosevelts of an earlier era. I can't think of anyone even close today. Meantime, on Wednesday's show, I introduced you to Izzy Kharasch.
Started to do restaurants in high school. Barnaby's, a Chicago favorite, was my first job as a dishwasher, and worked my way up to busboy, and that was it. I took a little break from food service when I went into the Army, but when I got out, I went to the Culinary Institute of America because I still had an interest in culinary and cooking and those kind of things. So I went through school there, and I worked as a chef for 6 or 7 years. The last job I had was the executive chef of the faculty club and private dining at Harvard University.
He knows restaurants about as well as anyone that I have ever known, and as a leader in the restaurant industry, it's what he is telling everyone in the business, and he is a guy that they listen to.
What I have found with people, let's call it over 50, who have worked a career, have that interest in cooking or culinary that we talked about earlier, and want to do something, this is the perfect business for that.
We will hear more from Izzy Kharasch coming right up. But first, let us check in with Mimi in the kitchen to find out what she is mixing up today.
Strawberry, banana, basil, cayenne pepper.
Thank you so much, Mimi. We will be right back with you. So I want to finish up a special series we started about a week ago. So when I grew up, practically everyone I knew just figured that they would get married, get a job, have a family. Hardly anyone gave it a second thought. So what is so striking about today? Married people aren't thinking that way. The decline of the American fertility. This article, published in The Atlantic in 2018, explores the reasons behind the declining birth rates among married couples in America. Forbes did a similar story, so does Psychology Today. They concluded there are several factors contributing to this trend. Firstly, changing societal norms and values have led to a shift in priorities, with many couples choosing to focus on their careers and their personal goals. So let's take a look at what some of the modern celebrities are saying who have sworn off parenthood. There's Seth Rogen. He says it sounds like a blast. The funny guy and his wife, Lauren Miller, are living our best lives, they say, and they don't need kids. Then there's John Cena. He's a big muscle-bound guy, very, very popular these days. He says he may be made of muscle, but the pro wrestler at age 46, he can't get a grip on parenting right now. And then there's Chelsea Handler. She's a comedian. She says that it's past her life at 48. She said she's just not interested in being a mom. There you go. That's what some of the modern celebrities are saying about being a parent, and it seems to mirror what some of the trends are these days. Now, with all that said, let's jump into Mimi's kitchen and check in.
All right, I am back with another smoothie. Yay, smoothie for summertime. It is so enjoyable and refreshing and easy to make. You don't have to do a lot of things to have people over or kids over. This is just fantastic to have around summertime. All right, so we're gonna need 2 cups of fresh strawberries or frozen strawberries. I'm using fresh. So 2 cups of fresh cut up, chopped strawberries like that. Let's not miss any. All right, and then 1 frozen banana. So if the strawberries are frozen, you put a fresh banana, and vice versa. So banana, like I always said, I always have some in the freezer. Then half a cup of no sugar Greek yogurt, like that. A cup of almond milk. I like almond milk, but you can use oat milk, whole milk, whatever milk you like. Coconut milk. I like almond. There you go. All goes in. A little drizzle of date syrup. I like date syrup, but you can use honey, agave, or maple syrup. I like date syrup. Just a little, see that? So I add some basil, fresh basil, just loose basil like that, because I love basil. You can add mint if you prefer. Doesn't matter. They're all good. All right? And last but not least, my dear cayenne pepper. If you like a little kick, add some to it. Just a bit, like that. All right? Alrighty. Now, cubes of ice cube, like half a cup of ice cube to blend all this. All right. And we are going to do it. Let's see if my little thing here, am I gonna have an attitude again? Oh, wow! Oh, and what's good about this one here, you can leave it exactly like this for 2 days in the fridge. And then after 2 days, you have to either drink it or dump it. All right. Oh, my. Look at this. It's so good. It smells delicious. Voila. All right. And then you decorate with some a slice of lemon, a strawberry, and some basil leaves, and you enjoy this, and you're gonna thank me. It's delicious. Let me try it. Wow. Wow is right. It is amazing. Look at this. Cheers, you guys. Until next time, love you all. Make it. It's delicious.
Thanks, Mimi, and a happy Friday to you. So I have been talking about Izzy Kharasch. He is like a restaurant genius, and he is telling all the chefs and the restaurant owners to hire people over 50. Here's more of our conversation from Wednesday with Izzy.
COVID wiped out the hospitality industry. I mean, now you can't find employees. Or you can't find employees who want to work or are willing to work a full shift or are willing to really learn while they're there. And what I have found with people, let's call it over 50, who have worked a career, have that interest in cooking or culinary that we talked about earlier, and want to do something, this is the perfect business for that, right? Not to put in the hours and run it, but if you want to learn more about cooking, then go apply at a restaurant. Believe me, as long as you're breathing, that's where they're going to start. Let's start with that. But they'll put you in the kitchen, teaching you how to, prepare food and, get some knife skills and start to learn how to really follow recipes and put things together, and you can progress. But you can put in 4 hours a day and learn a bunch in the kitchen. I just was at a restaurant where the sommelier was a woman of 65. So she studied wine, she had a different career, loved it, became a sommelier as she grew older, and now shows up at the restaurant at 6 o'clock, works till 9:30 or 10, but is now pursuing that particular passion. So you could do it part-time, you can be a host, which is great. You're talking to people all the time.
So you do in consulting as well, I think it sounds like. So you would really see the need for people over 50 to fill up some of those spots. Is that right?
Oh, absolutely. And when I work with my customers, I always encourage them to make sure to put in our Indeed ads or Craigslist or anywhere we're posting, hey, if you're older, we have the perfect job for you. Are you retired? Come work with us. But I do consult. I'm on the road every week. I typically am in 2 to 3 cities a week, working with customers, either turning the restaurant around or training their managers or training their staff or developing new concepts. But again, all these places I go to, we are all looking for people. And I continually tell my customers, let's look for people, who are over 50, who I know are going to show up and are excited to learn and want to be in a different environment. My best story of this example, a woman came into one of our restaurants last year as we were opening. She's 65 or 66, and she said, I really would like to work part-time. I said, wonderful, what would you want to do? I don't care if you have me washing dishes. I said, great. I could give you, 20 hours a week and, this much money. And she said, no, I can't earn over a certain amount. And so I said, okay, how about this? How about you work 12 hours and I'll pay you less. And that way you can get in the hours. And I said, because why do you want to come to work? And she said, my husband just retired and I need a break. So I said, great, 15 hours a week, you'll make less money and you'll be here. She said, that's perfect. So everybody has their different reasons, but that was a year ago. She's still there and loves it. Well, I'm working with a gentleman, he's 64, certainly had a great career. He doesn't want to retire, so, and he can't stand for more than 10 minutes at a time. So we put a stool at a table and we just bring him things all day long. Cut the carrots, trim this, get the meat ready. And he is more productive than most of the staff I have in other places. So again, people want you to come to work. If you have a physical issue, you can't stand, you can't use one hand, whatever it is, if you're going to come and work, we will work with you and make it, happen for you. Or your resume. So I'm going to give adults who are, over 50, the same advice I give my children. Don't fill out the application online. You just go to the restaurant that you like, the restaurant you respect, the cuisine you like. Walk in. Can I talk to the manager? Yes. My name's Izzy. I want to work for you. Wonderful. What can you do? Well, I've never worked in the food business, but you can teach me how to make salads. You can teach me how to prep. I'm happy to host at the door, but trying to do it online, that's a non-starter, really. It doesn't matter what your age is and, how you're doing physically, you can make it work for you, because a restaurant today is just looking for people who show up and are willing to learn. Those are the most important things.
Thanks, Izzy. I learned a lot. I want to thank you for supporting the show. If you liked it or you learned something new, I want to tell you 3 ways that you can support the show and keep the Let's Talk Variety show going. And number 1, just get yourself subscribed. Every show, I am bringing on inspirational guests who can teach or have something interesting to share. So just take a moment to hit that subscribe button. And number 2, this is really the ultimate way to support the Let's Talk Variety show, and it takes less than a minute to do so. You can write something short and sweet like, I love this show. It has changed your life, or something you learned from it. I am not exaggerating that I read reviews every single day, and every single one, whether it is short or long, it means everything to me. And the more reviews means the higher we rank on all those algorithms, which means bigger guests. So take a minute to leave a review. And then 3, share the show with your friends. Just hit the share button. We live stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I am eternally grateful. And thank you so much for supporting the Let's Talk Variety Show. It's all about productivity, positivity, happiness, and inspiration.